Hello and welcome, this is Melskinner, and we're back with some more of the Beast and Exploration DLC for Battle Brothers. And we're riding along with the caravan right now. Okay, so we may have a little bit of problems here. While the caravan stops to fix a wagon wheel, an axle snaps and slams the wagon onto its side. A crate clatters out onto the ground, the lid jarring open. You grab a hammer and go to nail it back shut when you notice that a number of gems has spilled out of the box. Winrick sees it too and puts a hand on his weapon. That's a particularly loud cargo, sir. Should we keep things quiet, or... Okay, well, this is one of those situations where you steal from your employer. Alright, so get back to work before I beat you here. You have a contract to fulfill. Finally, luck smiles upon us. We take the gems for ourselves. No, we're not going to do that. We're not that hard up for money. So we're gonna be good guys. I did see bandits running around, but they may not actually attack us, considering that we are a pretty decent-sized mercenary band. While we're at it, let's take a real quick look at things. Yeah, we just had a tick here. So, as a result, Gerald is ready to go. So we're going to be replacing Hans in the front line. Unfortunately, Herman, the architect, is not ready yet. So we're going to have to wait on that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's the brigands. It's only 9 of them. They're not going to attack a band of 15 men. Granted, they only have to fight 12, but... I don't really... Okay, during camp, so this is where we get our new ambition, perhaps. A fresh, cool breeze is blowing today, and you feel like it's a good time for the curse to start something new. You call the men to gather around. What do you tell them? Okay, so... We shall... Only the most daring take on goblins in larger numbers. We shall burn some of their fed camps to the ground, and word of it will travel. Okay. Besting orcs in battle and burning down some of their camps should make people recognize the company. Best way to prove that we are the strongest company around is to defeat another mercenary band in battle. I've never actually fought another mercenary band, and I'm not exactly sure if that's something we're likely going to do. Now, as far as this goes, it's better to have an ambition than not. I would rather fight orcs than goblins, but this is going to be entirely down to me finding one, really. Finding a camp that is of orcs. Considering our endgame is undead, I don't think that they're going to be super common on this map, but what the hell, we'll go with the orcs. Oh, there goes the brigands fighting. But yeah, they didn't attack me, they attacked the town. And so this looks like it's going to be an uneventful little escort, which is fine. I could do with a little bit of cash in the pocket. Rocket train drives into Turnfeste, each cart bumbling and tumbling their tall wheels over mounds of dried mud. The caravan hands work to unload the cargo, a few of them fighting off a beggar or two. The leader of the train hands you a satchel, and that's about all he does. He's too busy with his work to say much more to you. The silence is appreciated. Alright, cool. Let's go into town before night falls. Okay, they have marauding greenskins. So this might actually be what the doctor ordered. So they have both well supplied, and supplies are beginning to run low, and people become desperate. All right, well let's see what we have in here. As our food is going to spoil in a day, so we can expect both of those to go. We can pick up a dog here. It's not necessarily cheap though. I don't think we really necessarily need anything here. Although this is tempting. I think more we'd want to look at perhaps an armorer. So he's got more low-level stuff. If he had an add-on, I'd probably take it, but the other stuff I'm not so sure about. Now, the one guy that had a little bit of extra fatigue to play with was here, right? In that regard, we'd want a better helmet, but he has the best helmet we could have right now. From a fatigue standpoint, not a great helmet to have, because you can have more efficient. But the amount we'd have to pay for something that's better than 140 is going to be quite high. What would be a good example? Like, this is on par, so you see how it's less fatigue, but it we'd have to pay 900 for practically the same thing, just for a little bit more fatigue efficiency. Yeah, I don't think, and this is at the same level, and you're looking at 150. I don't think we're going to be getting anything in this town. But I did notice we don't have our faction contract anymore. It must have expired or something. Alright, well, what we could do is we could go down to... We could either go back to Torvstad and do the thing that I had talked about. But at the moment, I think my men really need more experience. Now, we could look around this area and look for a camp of orcs, but I don't know where it would be, and it'd probably burn a lot of time doing that. I think the better move is just go down to Weidhof, which is pretty roughly close to a lot of... If it's a job over in Gronenberg, then that's quite a bit of travel that we'd have to do, but it's not too bad, and as far as the road travel, you know, that's kind of direct-ish. And then if it's down here, they're not too far away, so it's not a big deal. So I think Weidhof is a good place to take that faction contract. Because either way, you're kind of looking the center of their little faction. Now, I haven't really looked at the factions, I think, in a great detail for a while. So as far as... Like, these guys are the ones that we potentially want to make allies of those two towns. But let's see what we get here. So these guys are kind of good guys. And then in Weidhof, it would be this faction, so... Rumor has it that their noble blood is plagued with madness and insanity. Okay, so they're not really necessarily good guys. Other noble houses mainly avoid contact a house so-and-so, as guests may be greeted with open arms as well as crossbow bolts. Okay, that sounds like not great. And then these guys are... seems like they're decadent. Yeah, they're overly decadent, and then their people suffer as a result. Well, so we have two kind of bad guys, and then one that's kind of good. I think that's pretty typical. But money is going to be... speak highly of a faction, more highly than their deeds. As long as they don't try and kill me, you know, I take that kind of personally. Alright, let's see if Weidhof has any jobs for us. If it doesn't, then we'll think about, like, maybe where we were going to want to go next. Matter of fact, this is not that far away. Kachendorf doesn't like us. I mean, they're on allied level. The problem is they don't have any really meaningful shops or anything, but they do have resources like this wool spinner, so we could, like, try and get some resources cheap and sell them somewhere else. You know, which would be closer, Windberg or Weidhof? Let's go to Weidhof, because I think they kind of like me. Yeah, they like me. See, a lot of the towns in this faction like me, so it's really tempting to go with them. It's just the problem is they don't have any useful... A tavern and a barber. Oh wow, that's so useful. All right. Ooh, we've got unhold attacks. It is a 3-skull mission though. And that that scares me a bit. But I feel like we have to do something with these on a hold. So let's see what the faction mission is first, because it may be in regards to that. You never really know. So contract available. Weidhof seems peaceful enough, but something must be going wrong because a messenger comes to you with a notice from the local nobleman. And where there's riches, there's trouble. Count Eckbert von Perowingers rolling up a scroll as he explains his predicament. A dispute amongst the nobility has me short on good fighting men. Unfortunately, a band of greenskins has chosen this exact moment to come into these parts. They're coming to the east of Kachendorf. Okay, so this is like kind of far away. I can't get the house in order while simultaneously being raided by these damn things. So I'm mighty hopeful that this will interest you, mercenary. It kind of does because it's greenskins. Let's talk how much he's going to pay me. So 1920. I'm going to say we need to be paying more. I'm going to accept the offer, but I'm going to say I need some time to think about this. I want to do this stuff against the Unhold. This is going to be a dangerous mission for sure, but we need to fight them. It's one of the new enemies in the game, so I would say I'll need some time to think about it, and we'll see if one of these missions has to do with the Unhold. I'm very concerned with the three skull nature of things. I have fought some Unhold. I think there's different types though, so I can't take that one fight that I had for granted in my other playthrough. But that fight was a one skull contract. So I'm thinking there's going to be a number of them. Depending on how many there are, this could be extremely dangerous. So we'll see. We'll start with the first one and see what it is. You find Libwin of Weidhoff stretching a cobweb between two forks. He turns one of the utensils and wraps the webbing around a twine. Sighing, he finally looks at you. I have little mind to bring sellswords to these parts, but I'm at my wit's end here. Enormous spiders are afoot. Okay, well, this is our other new enemy, so I guess we could do this one as well. Stealing livestock, pets. One lady reported her infant taken from the crib. All these being a pit of webbing. All there being a pit of webbing where it slept. I need these horrid creatures taken care of. Their nest destroyed. With proper incentive, would you be interested? Alright, so we may actually be able to take care of both things. How many crowns are we talking about? 10. So for a 3 skull mission, that's not being paid very much. We'll say we need to be paid more. Alright, I'm going to do this from the perspective of this is an enemy we haven't fought yet. I also am curious what you can craft out of their craftables, so I am going to accept this offer. I have fought spiders before, I will point out. I fought both Unhold and spiders in my other playthrough. But again, not at the 3 skull level, so I don't know what we're going to expect with this. Okay, I accept your offer. Hunt down webnecks in the woods around Weidhoff. Okay, interesting. I'm going to accept this contract right now. We'll see. Again, we could possibly do both missions. Okay, let's leave. Because I don't think there's going to be any missions that we want to do here. So the townsfolk are scared of leaving the vicinity of the settlement, and fewer potential recruits are to be found on the streets, and the people deal less favorably with strangers. So there's both disappearing villagers, and that's probably the spiders, and we have the Unhold attacks, which it's very interesting that you get that very specific thing, but I guess it's like the greenskin thing. Alright. So I guess we just look through the woods. Probably we're looking for a nest or something. So we'll start where close nearby. We'll go up this way, and then we'll go into the woods over here, because this still counts as being Weidhoff. So that's what we're going to do. That's a strategy. Hopefully we meet the spiders before nightfall, because if we don't... Okay, I would assume we would have seen anything that would be over here. Okay, we'll check over here real quick. And then if we don't see anything, we'll go over to the east. Okay, again, along the way. You stumble across a dead cow with its flesh sucked to its very bones, yet its hide does not carry any sign of being sun-dried. Herman the architect crouches and runs his finger along a number of punctured wounds. He nods. This is the work of the web-necked. No doubt about it. I'd say they poisoned it and then fed upon its paralyzed body. And a fresh corpse means they're close. Alright. We need to keep an eye out for tracks. Well, that's... For a second there, I thought we were running into them, but those are just brigands. Brigands disappeared in the swamps. I feel like we're going away from them. Let's keep going over this way. Once you get that, it's an indicator you're close, but it doesn't necessarily give you an indicator of what direction. So I'm going to go off this way. And it is falling night. Ah! I don't want to fight spiders at night. I'm going to come over here. Yeah. I feel like I'm not going in the right direction. This is always one of the problems with this type of mission. The Unholds possibly would be the same type of thing. What you're trying to do is you're trying to find them. And sometimes you get those pop-ups that say, oh, you're close, but then you don't, like, I'm close, but in what direction? And you don't have any tracks to go off of, so... Maybe off to the north was the right good choice. Okay, along the way. The forest is no friend of man, which is why men of ill repute sure love to put their keepsakes there. And today, you stumbled across one, a cache that Herman the architect found by way of stubbing his toe on the edge of it. Digging out the crate and cracking it open, you find an assortment of weapons, armor, and gold. Tap sellsword on the shoulder and thank him for his hard work. He wags his boot around. Yes, sir. I've got a toe like the nose of a bloodhound. So we get some crowns, a sword, and a thick tunic. None of which we really want. Alright, now I'm a little, Alright. So I'm going to do my original idea, which was to go off this way. Ah! I hate that when you get the thing where it says you're on track and then you're not on track. Yeah, I'm going to go off this way. There they are. So it was in this direction. Okay, there's 17 of them. Let's go kill them. As you approach, the nest is an easy spot, a stretch of winterscape where there's no cold. The white webbing, patchy and listing from every tree. Every copse, I'm not sure how you pronounce this word, every inch of the place. You march the company right in, weapons drawn. There you come across the wrapped bodies, their centers blown open and blackened. A spawn of spiderlings sucking at the organs. Staring up, you see red eyes flare between the branches of the surrounding trees. The whole Arachnidian arboretum come alive. Its wardens perch there amongst the brush with their squatted legs indistinguishable from the branches. The enemy hiding in plain sight. You damn near shit yourself when a supposed tree unfolds entirely, every wooden stalk but a spider leg. The arborist slight descending on the company, chittering and chamfering for a bite. Alright, charge! You can't make out what is attacking you in time. Well, we know exactly what's attacking us. To arms! Alright. Looks like we've got ourselves a decent setup here where we can potentially get some choke points. So there's 20 of these spiders. They are going to beat me to initiative. One thing I could do right now, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to get to me, but let's just spear wall and see what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and hold. Yeah, so they're almost getting to me. So we might be able to take advantage of the spear walls. This is where the spear walls really come in. There's a lot of these enemies, and the one thing about the webnecks, or the giant spiders, that I've learned by fighting them in the past, is there tends to be egg sacs out in the woods. I can't see any, so I don't really know where they're going to be. But as a result, you're going to have more enemies than what you initially have. As time goes on, spiders are going to pop out of the egg sacs, and you're going to have more and more of them to deal with. They're also pretty hard to hit, as you can see. Now, there would be an advantage of moving up a little bit, but I think what we were going to do is try and rely on our spear walls. And this is the only one I can really hit right now, based off the train. The spear wall. I guess just end turn. End turn. Now, if they come in behind me, that will be a problem. I'll keep missing. End turn. Spear wall. And end turn. Are we even in range? Yeah, this is a good throw. So we'll just end turn. I could have put my shield up, but I think we'll be alright. Spear wall. Turn. Yeah, again, we don't have good throws because all the... This is the problem with fighting in force, especially when you're fighting beasts like this. Okay, we're gonna end turn here, end turn here. And before I end turn here, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the video, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.